Hey, this is Paul at Barbarian Electronics in Moon Music in Austin, Texas, and these are the kinds of days I do this for. Every now and then you get something this killer. All original Sunn Model T KT88 tubes, still all tested good and matched. When I say all original, I do mean all original. This is going to be sweet. It has a blown mains fuse, so I'm expecting filter cap to be felled short or rectifier diode, since the tube's tested good. So we'll see, and I'll come back to it and post a wrap-up video or a conclusion video, if you will, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that right now. I'm excited to get started on this. Documenting it is always nice. See all the kind of point-to-point build style, construction quality of this one. Very easy to work on overall. There's the filter cap back there, which I'll be testing momentarily. But yeah, I assume something is felled short in here, and hopefully not a transformer. Usually not. So that's all for now. All right, I'm back with one last look at the glorious Sunn Model T, now fully restored. Where it once had the primary filter caps, they were 20 microfarad 600 volt rated. I reused the clamps that were already mounted to get these. I had to go 240 microfarad 500 volt in series with 220k balancing resistors across it to now have 1000 volt rated and the original 20 microfarad per cap rating. So that's been redone. And then the preamp filters was once a canister cap, which is now underneath them. Folded those legs down so they're disconnected and not touching anything. Added a 3-position terminal strip to do this work. So now I have the same rating, 80 microfarad and now 500 volt with the replace the 10k resistors as well. The internodal and then the power drop resistor there. Went ahead and replaced the diode strings. It had 1N4007s that were looking pretty ancient, and actually one broke in half. So I went with UF4007, the same 3 diode strings per side there. Replace the bias filter caps with the same 70 microfarad, the 350 volt rated instead of 150 volt rated, but that the size fits in that clamp perfectly. It was slightly larger than the originals diameter wise, so it's got a nice good grip on those. And I just finished, the last thing I did here was the screen resistors. I did not have them in stock, so I had to order them. I got some nice Ohmite 5 watt 1.5k. Replaced all 4 of those. 2 of them were a little high. One of them was kind of on point, right? Like, let's say 1.5k. 2 of them were like 1.6k, and one of them was 1.3k. So I didn't like the mismatch there. So I put some freshies. And let's see, the last things, 2 more electrolytics. Got the bypass cap there and there. I just, cleaned the jacks, biased it to the factory bias. Very simple to do. There's a bias trimmer there. The schematic says negative 55 volts. And there is a nice, port there for your meter, external on the chassis to check that. And then there's the hum balance. I set that. Minimum hum. You just crank all the knobs basically to hear your hum and then adjust it. And it's basically right at the center point of the pot there, since those resistors still kind of match each other. And that's pretty much it. A lot of meticulous work, but not a lot of parts overall, compared to say like a Fender Twin restoration or something like that. It would have, you know, a handful more capacitors than that. But yeah, this thing's pretty amazing. He has some nice Svetlana 6550 output tubes that still test very strong and matched on the maxi matcher over here. Yeah, so that's what they were tested on, and it's gonna get put back in the head shell, sound checked, and shall be good to go. Here's a little sound check. Rigs of Doom, does it doom? And then here's the last look at the amp, fully reassembled. These are glorious days when you get to, you know, wrap up something like this. Just a beauty.